Hi, welcome to episode 7 of Conversations with Nilu. So for today, I have my first guest. This is my first non-solo podcast. And my guest's name is Anthony, and we're just going to have a conversation. So it is 12 a.m. midnight. Yesterday was Veterans Day. So we'll talk a little bit about Veterans Day. My friend Anthony here used to be in the Army, and we also had an interesting day. Saw the documentary Social Dilemma. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah, let's get started. So Anthony, you want to say hi?
Hello.
Anthony's nervous because he's never been in a podcast before. So Anthony, how does it feel to be out of the Army?
Well, it's been a few years now. So, it feels fine, I guess. I got out in 2012. Did a tour in Afghanistan in 2010. And, was stationed in Europe, Italy. And, I guess it was, I don't regret it. It was great. And I set myself up for life. So.
That's great. Well, so you decided to get out of the Army because of your health condition, right?
Well, not that. I didn't know I had an autoimmune problem yet. No, I got out. Well, I did 5 years. I was kind of looking to transition into something else. And, yeah.
Well, thank you for your service, Anthony.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
So you grew up in New Jersey, right? So that's why
Yes.
you came back to New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up here in Parsippany. And came back, lived in Parsippany for a little bit. Now I'm in Wantage. Somewhat rural, not exactly what you would expect for New Jersey.
Yeah.
When you think of Jersey, but it's a nice town. It's pretty rural, and kind of suits me. I just don't like the commute, but to work. But besides that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've actually have not heard of this town before. Like it was the first time I heard about this town. It's nice though. It reminds me a little bit of California with all the nice scenery and the woods, the mountains.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of that. There's definitely woods and mountains and bears and stuff. But you don't even think about it after a while. It's like, people are freaked out. City people. Like,
City people like me.
Not even you, but even you. Myself too. I'm a city boy, I guess you could say. People call me that.
Really?
Yeah. I don't. Whatever. Is what it is.
It's nice. It's peaceful out here, right?
It is. Yeah. It is. Sometimes I forget to.
No, don't.
I shouldn't even say that because then I'm gonna get robbed. But sometimes I forget to lock the doors.
Don't say that.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So, you had off today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in the union, so it's a day you got off, and it's a regular vacation day, or holiday. So
yeah. So you relaxed.
Had a beer for all the vets. That's for all of us. So.
Cheers.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, we watched an interesting documentary, right? So I mentioned that in the beginning. So I heard from a bunch of people that it was really good, Social Dilemma, but I wasn't surprised at all watching it. I was already aware about this stuff, but it's just about how all these corporations try to control people by just making them addicted to apps, and it's not about their well-being. But, this type of stuff definitely needs to change. Not every corporation's like that, but it helps for people to be more aware of it. So what did you think about the documentary, Anthony? It opened your eyes, right?
Yeah, it did. I mean, I kind of knew a lot of that stuff, but they put it in perspective. Like, I mean, everybody knows that there's a lot of misinformation on, Facebook ads and stuff, but at the level, like they can't even filter it because it's like billions of ads. So, I mean, there's no way they could possibly filter billions of ads and stuff. So, there's it's just a lot of misinformation out there, and you could see it, and you could, when you talk to people, you could, I'd like to see what their Facebook or Instagram feed looks like, because I bet it's a bunch of polarized stuff.
Yeah.
And then and then if that's what they're exposed to, and like if you somebody else's Instagram advertisements are gonna be way different than the next person's. And it's crazy,
It is. That's why I don't have Facebook. But I try to actually be aware of how the algorithms operate and try to use it for my own benefit. So I try to like things and watch things that are positive. So the algorithm gives me the feedback of only those positive things, or unless I don't know. I think it's great. It's great to be so connected to everyone in the virtual world, but I think we forget to sometimes just spend time with our loved ones and get too sucked up in phones. That's definitely very real. So we're 90s babies, more or less. We grew up in an era where we didn't have smartphones yet. I remember I basically had flip phones as a teenager. Not even. It was only in college that I actually started using phones, like mobile phones. So this day and age, all these kids, they have access to smartphones, and they're really in it. Like, they're in it.
Yeah, they are. I don't know what that means. Like, is that good? Is that bad?
I think it can be good with some regulation, right?
Yeah.
Just for people to be cognizant and use it in a healthy way. And for companies to not try to manipulate people so much just for profits. And kids are more susceptible to it because their brains are developing. They're not thinking that far yet. And, I mean, they're trying to figure out who they are in the world. And social media is kind of telling them who they are and probably feeding on their insecurities.
Yeah.
It's sad.
They said these social media, these are the biggest corporations in the world. I mean, they really are. Google, Facebook. These are the biggest companies in the world. So, and they're gonna, and the thing is, they want to keep the goal is growth. So they're saying that it's not gonna. The show was saying that it's gonna get, the algorithms are getting better, and they're gonna. They could influence you more and more and more, and I don't know.
Yeah. So, well, I know when I have kids in the future, I'm definitely going to pay attention to that and try to make them aware. Try.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is just knowledge. Provide these kids with the knowledge and guidance and hope that they don't get sucked into these unhealthy habits. And that also goes into the whole theme of mental health, right? Like, that's why, even though this whole COVID-19 stuff is going on, thanks to social media and the internet, we're connected. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing, and we can keep it that way. But we have to remind ourselves the purpose around this is to be connected to each other, but not to turn evil.
Yeah, but it's like you said, and then and one of the guys from the show said it's you can kind of control what pops up on your. I mean, obviously your friends you can't control what they put, but with the news feeds and ads, you can kind of almost control it. You can either not click on something that's advertised for you, or you could just click on the stuff that's positive, and then like what you were saying.
Yeah.
And so that's something you can do. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
It is.
See, I don't really know what kind of advertisements to have for. What was it? YouTube Kids YouTube or something? What kind of advertisements they have for that? But
probably have the kids get ads for toys that they can ask their parents to buy for them.
Or maybe get some of these games. People play these phone games, and these people end up paying money for this stuff on these phone games.
Yeah, and
Crazy.
They're kind of mindless, right?
Yeah, it's like, why not just, if you have that much free time, why not just read a book or something? Why play a fucking
Candy
game?
Crush.
Yeah, why play that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Teach his own, I guess. But
I don't know
there's
if
just
anybody plays Candy Crush anymore. Does that even exist? I haven't been on Facebook.
Angry Birds.
Angry
Those are the ones I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Angry Birds was a big one. I'm sure that's still out there. People play these games.
Yeah, that was a really popular one. I remember that. I think I played maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
I never got hooked to games for some reason. No.
Well, there's people that do. But that's another big thing, too. I mean, that's off topic, kind of, but like video games, that's supposed to be like the next, like, sports, like some of that stuff. Like, what do they call that? Esports? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. There's big tournaments and everything. There's actually a huge gaming tournament in South Korea, I heard, where the winner actually wins like $1 million, close to that amount, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so people can actually make a career out of playing.
Yeah, and then isn't there like a social media for gaming, Twitch or something?
Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff. Like people stream.
Yeah.
While they game, people donate money as they're watching if they enjoy the gamer's comments as he's playing, he or she.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's a whole market for this now.
Yeah.
Everyone's going into virtual world, right? I mean, that's kind of where we're heading. We have like augmented reality, we have virtual reality coming through, and I'm sure you guys must have seen the movie Ready Player One, the Steven Spielberg movie. I think that movie is almost a forecast for what the future may look like. I thought that was a good movie, but it was, for me, a little depressing because you can see in the movie settings, like in reality, if you look around in the scenes of the movie, everything's trash. No one's taking care of the environment anymore because everybody's in virtual reality. So hopefully we don't go down that route.
You'll have robots doing that stuff.
Well, that's it. We can use technology for good, right? We can use technology to take care of our planet, to clean up waste, make sure we're recycling.
Mm-hmm.
We can use it for good. We just have to pay attention to that and make sure we're moving in a more ethical direction.
This is true. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. No, I'm all for innovative technology, but I think that we also have to keep in mind that we use it responsibly and don't go to the dark side. Right. All right. So this was episode 7, starring my first guest, Anthony. So thank you, Anthony, for being here, being part of the podcast. I appreciate it. It's good to hear your voice out there. I know you were really nervous, but that wasn't so bad, right?
No, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
All right, so...
It's a different way of communicating, like...
Yeah, it's just...
I mean, it kind of
sharing
feels like
your
a regular
thoughts.
Conversation, but it's kind of
just
a little different. It's different.
Sharing your thoughts in the digital universe.
Right, that's it.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will try to make these longer. This app that I'm using to record my podcast only allows me to record 15 minutes. So I will try to make that better as we move along. I hope you guys had a good week so far. Take care of yourself. I'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.
How long was that?